I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, and I am here with Keith Eagle, the Vice President and General Manager of Signify's Professional Business. Keith, welcome.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here. First of all, before we start talking about Signify, tell us about the show. What are some of your impressions?
Yeah, I don't know numbers of the show, but it's been amazing. Great to be in person again. So the numbers are definitely up, probably a record-breaking number, but also where they're from, the geography. Historically, we've seen primarily the Northeast and some from the West Coast, but I tell you, it feels like as much from the West Coast and Canada as much as the Northeast. So it's been, first day was amazing.
We've seen Europeans here as well, exhibiting as well as attending. So it really is turning into a global show.
Yeah, I've been so busy I haven't been able to walk the show yet. I will this afternoon though, so I don't know that. But thank you for that input.
All right, I want to ask a little bit about some of the cutting-edge optics that you're doing with Gardco, a company that I used to sell ballast to 25 years ago.
Yeah, thank you. You know, for Gardco, it is our premium outdoor lighting for commercial construction. And what we're highlighting here is the new optics for the great uniformity, both on the pole mount luminaires as well as the wall mount. So we now have architectural families for that smooth optics that you expect from a brand like Gardco.
John Pauck with Sesco is a good friend of ours, and he wrote an article for Designing Lighting magazine, and he wrote about 3D printing. Tell our audience where Signify is on 3D printing.
Yeah, great question. It's part of our sustainability. You know, with 3D printing around circular economy, to reuse recycled material, and that's what it is. And for 3D printing, it's under our legacy Lightalier, our spec downlight and track luminaires, and it allows the designers for that flexibility. So from design concept to manufacturing in short cycle periods, and then so we don't have to do tooling, hard tooling, since it is recycled material. And it allows that flexibility from a designer to embed the end user's logo for that design in a different color. So it's a clean slate palette.
What kind of product are you speaking about?
Oh, I'm sorry, good question. It's for pendant lighting and track heads. So very similar form and function to cast aluminum, but in 3D printing material.
So with the 3D printing, tell our audience a little bit about the importance of the circular economy. And I'm amazed that everything I read from you guys seems to talk a lot about the circular economy.
Yeah, circular economy is so important for sustainability. So in addition to 3D printing, if you can reuse and recycle that material to repurpose it, rather than have to start from scratch, and it helps obviously it helps the zero to waste landfill goal that we have as an overall company. And 3D printing is the tip of the spear for us for that.
But when we're doing 3D printing, you're not doing it on site, right? There was always talk about you'll have the 3D printer at the building, you'll print the fixtures right. We're not there yet.
Not yet. But you know, long term, it would be great. Can you imagine a contractor to have a 3D printer on site? You talk from zero concept to no waste on site for the contractor, and the speed that he can install it and manufacture it there on site.
With sustainability, we hear a lot about EPDs. We hear a lot about the Declare label. Can you tell our audience what you're doing with regard to that?
Yeah, we're starting with the Declare label for the LEDucation brand, our specification linear that has the right. You know, it's a percentage of the materials that are recycled from reusable components, and I think it's great that we are coming out with something. The industry's coming out with Declare label for just like efficacy was, 20 years ago. The Declare label for that sustainability, so it's a common index that all manufacturers will have to adhere to.
What about health and well-being? Are you doing a lot in that space?
Yeah, I tell you, it's so important, especially all of us went through during COVID. Health and well-being, what we're showcasing here is with our LEDucation spec brand as well. One of the components we're showing is Nature Connect. The concept is when you're under this lighting environment called Nature Connect, you feel like you're outdoors, 82 degrees and sunny, even though it's cloudy and rainy outside. The other one was we're taking the optics and the comfort for LEDucation optics and putting the circadian rhythm, so it's the feeling of the overall concept that you're in a space. In addition to this Nature Connect, we're putting in the standard form and function, taking that mental well-being aspect into the optics of LEDucation.
Well, Keith, wrapping up here, this has been great. What have I not asked you that I should ask you?
Who's going to win the Final Four?
Who's going to win the Final Four? And I'll be at the SEC tournament in 2 days.
Alabama has a good chance. Roll Tide. I'm going to pick Alabama, not because you said that, but I'm going to pick Alabama in my poll.
Okay. All right, glad to hear. All right, Keith, thanks very much. Great seeing you.